The Modern Man tutorials. Passport bros is for losers. Obviously. Because only losers are out here promoting the whole passport bro thing. That's why they're constantly bragging about it. I see them in the comments and stuff like, get your passport, bros, get your passports. Guys, get your passports. Guys, get your passports. And it's so annoying seeing those losers constantly promoting that idea just because they can't handle one, being a man, first and foremost. Clearly, they're not men if they having female problems, right? If they're having women problems. We get it. Females specifically, are not always of the best quality, as well as, most of them have issues. But still, as a real man, you can still handle that. Avoiding it is not handling it. Running from it, aka going overseas, is not handling it, right? That's not how you solve a problem. You don't run from a problem and think that's how you solve it. That's an immature child mentality, right? But not surprised, since 90% of guys right now that are alive are not men. So not surprised. That's why it's called passport bros and not passport men, or just passport, right? Or men, being men, right? It's passport bros because it's for the immature guys who can't win here. That's why I say it's for losers specifically. That's why I don't say it's like, oh, passport bros is like for incels or whatnot. Because I mean, if you're incel here, you're gonna be incel everywhere. But that's besides the point. The thing is, it's for losers, right? Guys who are losing. Not saying that these guys, haven't, tried and, had chicks, here and there. It's just they kept losing, right? They kept failing. Either they kept choosing wrong, so they kept ending up with the wrong chick, and she just left them. Like he was just a placeholder. It's like, or kept trying to get with a chick, but she kept friends on them. Like, yeah, again, losers, guys who are not winning in the sexual marketplace. So only losers are doing the passport bro thing, right? It's not the winners. Guys who are winning here in America ain't trying to go elsewhere when they're winning, right? You don't leave the casino when you're winning. You leave when you start losing. When you start losing money, that's when you leave the casino. Take your winnings. You don't leave when you're on a hot streak, right? So only losers are going overseas. That's why it's annoying to have guys try to tell me I need to get a passport. It's like, oh, no, y'all need the passport. Get it, go away. Let's say you losers out here talking shit to the ladies, complaining to them like, crying to them like little boys, right? The less I'll have scenarios where a chick for no reason, just coming at me, saying, oh, women reject you left and right. That's why you mad, blah, 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 with your life, blah, 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 blah. It's like, that's not me. You must be talking about the passport bros. It's not me. I'm not losing when it comes to the ladies. I'm winning. There's a difference. So you're talking about the wrong guy. You're talking to the wrong person about the wrong things. It's like you're complaining to me about the losers that you deal with. That's a you problem. So don't come over here to me with that. But that's the thing. You got a lot of simps out here making men like me look bad, right? Because a chick will see me and be like, you must be like one of those guys that I be seeing on the internet, misogynist, blah, 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 all that nonsense. It's like, nope, not me. I love the ladies and the ladies love me. So no, that's not me. It doesn't apply to me. So you must be talking about the passport bros or these guys out here that's crying and complaining and talking about they need a safe space and they need a space for men. It's like your space as a real man is between a woman's legs. That's your space as a real man. You're not a real man if that's not where you at. If you're over here trying to be at the gym with the bros, that's not a man's space. That sounds very much like the YMCA, if you know what I mean. That doesn't sound manly to me. I'm not saying going in the gym is not manly. I'm just saying if you're going there because of men, it doesn't sound manly. If you're there for the bros, doesn't sound manly to me. I'm not really down with the whole smash bro thing. Hey, you do you. I'm just saying that's not for me. I prefer the gym hoes, right? The ladies. So if I'm going to the gym, it's for the hoes, right? Just like if I go to the gym and work out, it's for the hoes, right? It's for me to improve myself for them, right? You know, be eye candy for them. I'm not there trying to impress no dude. I'm there to impress the ladies, obviously. But this is the kind of loser mentality that you have out there. And the funny thing is, I called some guys out for that, for being losers. And then some other guy, who clearly was a loser, he blocked me, obviously, was trying to defend them, saying I need to be nicer to them. I'm being a bully and blah, blah, blah. I was like, what? For pointing out that they're being losers and crying over chicks that they could have, that they could easily replace, right? Like, if she's not loyal, okay, let her not be loyal. Let her go and find a chick who is. But instead, you want to cry about it on the internet, in a comment section. Guy after guy in the comment section being like, yeah, me too. Is like, damn, this is the male version of the Me Too movement. A whole bunch of guys just say me too, that a chick left me. It's like, yeah, because y'all losers. That's what happens. When you lose a chick, you are a loser. That's the definition of the word loser. You lost something, right? That reminds me of a chick who was like, who was it? She said something about, like, yeah, she was married or something, had kids with a guy, but she tried to say the guy was like a loser or something. And I'm like, he thinks he's all, like, she was trying to say that the guy thought he was all that, but he's not. He was a loser. And it's like, wait a minute, but you married him and you got pregnant by him. So he's not a loser. He's a winner because he did all the things. He was good enough. Like, you got laid by him. He fucked you. A win is a win, right? And it was funny. It's like, he won. You're trying to make it seem like he's a loser and couldn't get you, couldn't pull you, couldn't even get you in bed. But he did all that. He pulled you and got you in bed with the bare minimum, with his good looks. That's the thing. She was saying, oh, he thinks, just because he's cute, he got it made, so he doesn't have to do anything more than just be cute. But then she points out that that's her baby daddy. I'm like, he's right and you're wrong. He won. His looks was enough. It was enough for him to make you his baby mama. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? That's what you call delusion. Literally thinking the opposite of what really happens. Like, you do realize he got a W, you got an L. Because he literally did win and did, got a W just for being cute. Him being cute was enough for you to get pregnant. That's a big deal. That's a big indicator that, yeah, he won. That's a W right there. But anyway, that's why it's funny. When I point out to a guy that's like, oh, he's a loser because he had this relationship and he let it fall apart. Because he wasn't trying to make sure it worked, right? He assumed that the relationship was working, but he didn't make sure it worked because he wasn't leading. He wasn't being a man. So of course he lost. So I point out that he's a loser. That's what happens when you lose. You become a loser. But not surprised that in this day and age, a lot of people don't like the idea of being a loser, right? Even if they actually lose at something. Like, they'll play a video game, right? You beat them at the video game, and then they want to bitch and complain and say that it was the controller or I got lucky or some bullshit. Like, nah, you're a loser, I'm a winner. That's what happened. I won, you lost. That's what happens. Just like if it was reversed and I lost and you won, okay, I would be a loser, you'd be a winner in that situation. We're not saying you're a loser at everything. We're just saying you're a loser at that moment for that particular activity. So if you were dating chicks and you kept failing and they didn't last that long, not as long as you wanted it to, or it never led to anything that you wanted it to lead to, yeah, you're a loser. You can't be out here, no, I'm not a loser. No, yes, you are. That's the problem, is that no one wants to take accountability. Females tend to be the ones who take the least amount of accountability, but there's guys out here that don't take accountability either. Men take accountability. A man, understands an L is an L. But the thing is, he'll try to reduce the L, right? Try to make sure he takes less L's. And men are problem solvers. And they'll find a solution to a problem. And the funny thing is, the solution to the American women out here, is ironically talking. The number of feminists or chicks who, telling me men ain't shit and blah, 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 I've dealt with and talked to. And after, a couple back and forth, they ultimately either ended up agreeing with me or they probably still disagree with me. But a win is a win, right? I still ended up getting the last word, right? I still ended up stating the facts. They were not able to disprove anything that I said, right? So I was right the whole entire time, W after W after W. That's it. Hopefully they learned something from that interaction, right? We'll see. But I know for a fact that I have converted many of them, had many of them, go from, disagreeing to agreeing. And that's the thing. Women, by default, want to agree with men. Females are the ones who want you to agree with them. And that's how you know the difference between a woman and a female. A woman will ask you questions, and she wants to know what you think and what you believe in. And she wants to understand you, which leads to her wanting to agree with you, right? She wants to be on the same page as you. A female wants you to read from her book, right? And from her book, her book is fiction. A woman's book, is your book. She's interested in the facts, right? She's interested in your story, right? In your point of view. And that's how I can tell the difference between a woman and a female. Because a woman wants to agree with me, right? Now, can you convert a female to a woman? A chick that's trying to convince you she's right when she's clearly wrong, right? Can you eventually get reason with her and eventually get her to agree with you? Yeah. Because more likely, she does have a lot of woman qualities, right? A lot of good woman qualities. The thing is, she just, in society, they try to make you, they definitely try to promote this feminist thing and trying to trick women, right? Trick the ladies into believing into feminism. So of course they're going to have that feminist viewpoint. But when you stay with the facts and right, and you can relate to them, right? You can speak to them in a way that they can understand. That's the most important thing is to get them to understand. Which is why you don't get into this whole pettiness of if they insult you and then you immediately go back and insult them. Don't do that. That's childish. First and foremost, that's childish. That's not manly. But it's also, it doesn't help your argument, right? Because now you're arguing about calling each other names and being childish instead of focusing on the facts. Like the point was for you to make your viewpoints clear. You as a man, right? You want what you say to be understood. You want to be understood. And I hear that a lot from guys out here. Like, I just want to be understood. I just want women to understand me. To understand how I feel and blah blah. Right? I'm not into the whole feeling thing, but you get my point. They want to be understood. So it's like, and I understand. Because I don't like it when I say something and then it gets misunderstood. Like I say something, I don't know. Let's say I say abortion is murder, and then bang, that gets blown out of proportion. Right? That's somebody just starts getting emotional and starts flipping out about it, instead of really thinking about it and really trying to understand what I'm trying to say, what I mean, what's the purpose behind it, what's the logic, right? What's the reasoning behind my statement? They just want to go into their feelings and assume things. And I've had that happen many of times where something I said was misunderstood, and I had to repeat myself over and over, which is annoying. But when you're trying to make someone understand, or you're trying to get someone to understand, you have to repeat yourself like 4 to 5 times typically. Like I gotta repeat the same thing over and over again, like 4 or 5 times until it sinks in, or until the person I'm talking to realizes that my whole point is that one thing that I repeat over and over again. I'm not gonna change it. I'm gonna keep saying it over and over again until either A, you understand what I'm saying, or B, you quit. You realize, what, this conversation is pointless because you're going to say the same thing over again. It's like, yes, I'm going to keep saying the same thing over and over again because what I'm saying is true, or at least what I'm saying is the point I'm trying to get across. Whether you agree with it or not is irrelevant. It's, do you understand the words that come out of my mouth, right? That's all I care about. If you understand what I'm saying, even though you still disagree, as long as you understand why I'm saying it, right? What's the purpose behind what I'm saying it? As long as you understand, then I'm cool. You can disagree with me. I don't care. As long as you understand. I don't like disagreements because of misunderstandings. Just like if I use the word cute, it's like, oh, that's a cute outfit, and the chick gets offended as if I insulted her. You know, if I insulted her mother or something, like, whoa, I gave you a compliment, not an insult, but you took it offensive. So, you know what I mean? So that's the thing. It's like it matters that I'm understood more than if you agree with me or not. So, but like I said, password bros is for losers. And of course, there's gonna be a whole bunch of password bros gonna disagree, and they're gonna hate that. Like, no, I'm not a loser. I just my options, and I'm just doing this so because I want to travel and all this extra stuff. Like, if that's the case, then you wouldn't even be saying you're a password bro. You're just saying you're just going on a trip. Like the idea of like, because think about it, it's a weird flex to be like, I'm a passport bro, when the whole idea is you just got a passport and you're gonna travel. Yeah, chick's been traveling for years, other guys been traveling for years. Traveling is nothing new. Passports weren't invented last year. The red pill community definitely didn't invent passports. So this whole idea of passport bros is like, that's just retarded. It's like, okay, you got your passport so you can travel. That's what a normal adult does. They get their passport and travel. That's nothing new. You want to travel? Fine, great, do it. But if your whole premise is you're doing it because of the female gender is why you're getting passports, yeah, you're a loser. Because that shouldn't be the reason you get a passport. You should get a passport because you want to travel. If you interact with other, with women, right, ladies out there in your travels, okay, that happens. You just so happen, there's women out there in the world, right? So obviously you're going to see them and interact with them. But for me, I keep saying, if you're a loser here, you're a loser out there. If you think you're a winner, oh, fine, right? A win is a win. I'm not knocking your belief that you're going to go out there and win in the sexual marketplace, if that's more likely what you're really trying to do, is trying to win in the sexual marketplace because you're taking so many L's here, you're going over there overseas trying to get W's. All right, fine, to each their own. Believe that. But I know that's not 100% the case, because the number of guys that I've seen that are passport bros, they're not really winning. They're doing better than they do over here, but they're not really winning. They're not. It's just so ridiculous. Like, you're not going overseas to get the best women on the planet. Most of you guys going overseas and y'all going to the red light district, or whores, hookers, prostitutes. You're getting those countries 3s and 4s. You're not getting their Beyoncés. Like, what the fuck? You're not getting their hottest chicks. You're not getting their best women. They already got the best women. The females that are available for you guys to talk to when you're being a passport bro, they're the leftovers. Y'all going overseas for leftovers. Hey, enjoy it, right? A win is a win, right? Go enjoy your leftovers, but do not think you're getting the main course meals. Don't think you're getting top shelf traveling around the world. You're not. Y'all going from 5 and below to the dollar store. That's all y'all doing. Because that's the thing, y'all barely can get chicks who are 5s and 6s, right? Oh, I deserve better than that. But then you go halfway across the world and all you're really getting is like 2s and 3s, maybe even a 4 at best. You're not getting the best chicks. But for you, since I do say password bros are losers, for you, yeah, she's a 10. For you. But for everybody else, there's MasterCard. Right? For everybody else, we'll keep on winning while y'all keep on losing, if you're a passport bro, right? Like I said, passport bros are mainly losers. I'm not seeing winners. I'm not seeing guys who are popular with the ladies talking about passport bros. That's why you don't hear me talking about passport bro. Like, oh, I got my passport, like an idiot. Like, no. Do I have a passport? Yes. But it's not because of females. It's not because of women. Like, no. I got a passport so I can travel. right? And yes, I do talk to some ladies outside of, America, but I also talk with ladies in America, right? Because I use the internet, so I'm an international man. So yeah, and when I travel, yeah, I'm gonna interact with ladies when I travel, but that's just because I'm there, and so are they. That's not the goal. The goal to travel is not for the ladies. It's for whatever I'm traveling for. More likely, it's gonna be for business. If pleasure ends up being a factor, then okay, I don't mind mixing business with pleasure from time to time. But the point of getting a passport should be so you can travel. That's the purpose of a passport. Passports exist for traveling. It's not a, waifu card or something like, oh, this passport gets me a wife, gets me relationships. No, it doesn't. It gets you out of the country and into another country. But you're still who you are. If you're a loser, you're a loser. If you're a winner, you're a winner, right? This is why you got a lot of winners who travel around the world. They keep winning. No matter where they go, they're always winning because they're winners. But losers, no matter where they are in the world, they're going to be losers. Think about it. There's literally guys in other countries talking about being a passport bro. So it's not an American thing. The whole passport bro thing it's not really an American thing. It's just guys out here like, oh yeah, I'll get a passport and travel. Yeah. Because you're trying to get laid. Because you can't get laid. Guys who can easily get laid and easily get chicks aren't passport bros. That's what I'm saying. Guys who are popular with the ladies aren't passport bros. I recently saw some videos from passport bro things, promoting the passport bro concept. It was funny because it was like, yeah, the guys you're showing are not top tier guys. They're not I'll use the term high value men. These are not high value men for sure. And these are definitely not high quality men. Right? Most of these guys are losers. These are guys that's like, no surprise, you're not popular with the ladies. You don't dress well. You don't even try to look good, like the best version of yourself. You look like the worst version of yourself. You look like your mom dressed you instead of you dressing yourself like a grown-ass man. So, of course, you're losers. Of course, you're out here promoting the idea that, like, yeah, if you look like this guy, short, fat, unattractive, messy hair, beard, stains on your shirt, anime characters on your shirt, I'm not against it. I'm not against anime character shirts. I'm just saying that it's like, if you're trying to pull chicks, that's not the best way to pull chicks is with anime shirt. Especially if you're not that guy who can pull it off. Point is, pull off what you can pull off. Stop trying to think you can pull shit that you actually can't pull other than a hamstring. Because most of you guys are way too big, and that's not good for your health. You should be big, muscular. Like, guys are supposed to be big, so it's not like you gotta be skinny. You should be big, but you should be also strong. Be a big, strong man. A big, strong, fat guy, right? As opposed to just being a fat guy. Weak, pathetic. Be better, do better. Stop being losers. That's the end of the video.